So I want to talk about
player
something.
hating shit.
So, do you hear about my friend Brandon Schaub?
You mentioned this before, and I don't know
He's got a
about
lawsuit against. Will you look up who he's suing? It's a guy who's, I forget what his name is, dude. I forget what the guy's name is. He's it's kind of crazy because he's come on to my live streams on Rockfin and then like cut them up and been like, look, this guy says he's the #1 comedy guy out there. And so I just want to get into a couple things, man. First of all, you know, as comedians, we now are subject as we put out content, as everybody who is a content creator is subject to opening up to criticism from other content creators and just anyone in general, right? So it's like anybody can make fun of anybody now, and it is now pretty much part of being a comic is that you do a YouTube show or you do a podcast or you do a special, someone cuts it up and they either give you praise or they shit all over you, right? It's just part of the gig, and most of the time you just gotta accept it, right?
typically people with less talent.
Well, you know, here's the whole thing, dude. It's like, so there's a Fighter and the Kids subreddit out there, and it's super toxic, right? Now,
Why is that? Is that just any online forum like that is kind of is inclined to be toxic?
you know, I was talking to somebody. Somebody said that they thought Adam Carolla's was like that as well, and I've never been on that. But it's this kind of thing where it's like,
it's not anonymity, right? It just
there's a lot of things going on. So I'm sure the show, it started out as a, hey man, let's talk about firing a kid. And then it drifted in to just chaos, bro. Just chaos. And I'm not here to say that they shouldn't be able to do that stuff. I'm just like, the guy, like Brandon Schaub is, I know Brandon Schaub on a personal level. He is the nicest guy. Let me tell you something about Brandon Schaub. There are so many comics out there that are just not nice people. Schaub is a really nice guy. Schaub is a good dude. Is Schaub perfect? No. Is every joke that comes out of Schaub's mouth perfect? No. Show me a comic that does that. It doesn't exist. We're running and we're gunning and we're talking and we say dumb shit. There is a highlight reel that will be a lifetime long of me fucking everything up. And I think the only reason I don't get the same shit as everybody because I'm just not as big as most of those guys. I'm just really not. And that's okay. I know where I am.
you get your fair share of shit though. Let's be honest.
I do get a lot, and it's part of the gig, and I really don't care.
You used to get it on Punch Drunk plenty too.
Well, yeah, because that was part of Ari's fucking Jew propaganda.
Yeah.
Was to come after me and just fucking make me into the bad guy. Which, it was fine. It was life. It hurt. But this is part of the gig, right? This is part of the gig. So Schaub is suing a comic, a content creator. Do you know what his name is?
I got the info here. Recently, a creator named Yew Neek, spelled YEWNEEKNESS, trademarked, lost his main channel thanks to copyright strikes he received from Schaub, and he's now being sued. During a 3-minute video on his new channel, the creator shared some bits from the lawsuit filed by the Thick Boy Productions, Inc. That's creator. That's Schaub.
Yeah.
So he's reportedly being sued for copyright infringement. There you go.
So there's a lot of stuff right now, especially in the content creating
Can I say real quick, do you know if this is Schaub actually actively doing this, or did he just hire somebody to protect his content? Do you know?
I don't know the specifics.
Okay.
But I'm only commenting on the backlash that seems to be out there of him doing this.
Okay.
And again, you're allowed to take our content and chop it up and make fun of us. And do all that.
Yeah, you kind of, you are if you're okay with it, but legally it is copyright infringement if you take someone else's work and profit.
This guy real quick, which I don't, again, it's like, I'm not a hater, dude. This guy's come on to my live streams and tip me some stuff and then try to engage. I was doing the,
So not a bad guy is what you're saying?
What?
Is he not a bad guy? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, like, I'm gonna get into that.
Okay, we got Ryan downstairs. And we can bring him up.
Yeah,
He's
bring him up.
He's on foot, so he's
Oh
just
yeah,
waiting
bring him up
downstairs.
and have him sit right there because I want to finish this conversation.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Let
Are
it
we
run.
gonna pause it?
I'm gonna let it run. It's easier for me to sync.
Okay.
So just you're gonna be. You want to talk while
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
gone?
talk. So this guy, uniqueness, right, has popped up on my my live streams on Rockfin. He is had stories involving people in my life, personal stuff. Now, I'm really I'm an open book. I get beat like a piñata forever. Like I get that I'm super tweaky. They'll cut me up they'll cut up me making the tweaky faces, or my foot can't stop, or whatever craziness I say, it will get cut up. But that is the price of trying to make a living from content creating. Okay? That's just the way it is. What my biggest problem right now, okay, is the narrative that's going out, okay? The Fire and the Kids subreddit, all right? I understand what you think you guys are doing, but what it comes off as is digital gang stalking. It just really is. The Schaub is a human being, okay? He's a human being. I would tell you, guys, I'm really honest with you when someone's a piece of shit. I've told you this 1,000 times, whether it's on Tinfoil Hat or any of my other shows. I'm very honest with when I think somebody is a piece of shit. All right? But Schaub is not one of those people, in my humble opinion. He's a very nice guy. There's this whole talk about him and his personal relationship. I don't get into people's relationships. I met his wife. She's a wonderful person, very nice. I do not get into people's personal life because I'm not there. All right? So I'm getting into a lot of you guys, you like to get involved with that drama. This guy, so the whole uniqueness, and now bringing our guests. I just kind of want to get this across. So uniqueness is kind of doing this like, I'm just a content creator. And a lot of people on the internet have taken to supporting him. And their whole thing is like, oh, Schaub is going after this guy because he makes fun of his comedy. And I'm like, Schaub gets a lot of shit from people because he's done very well very quickly, right? Like yeah. Joe Rogan loves him. Joe Rogan is the golden ticket. And if I think like Schaub has been on the Rogan Experience more than anyone else. So if you get on that show enough, you're going to get following. Now, Schaub sells out rooms like this. He sells out on the road. So he has a lot of fans. And obviously there is this subreddit that's super toxic. And the people on there, they've teed off on me. It's part of the gig, right? But I don't know anybody that's happy with their life that thinks what's happening there is justifiable. Okay? Not that it's not allowed, that it's justifiable. That you're just killing this fucking guy. Left and right. He's a human being. He's a human fucking being. So, about this uniqueness guy, right? Mm. Well, you look up this,
is he shitting on Schaub in most of his videos? This uniqueness guy?
Yeah, he's cutting it up, and there's all these sayings and all this shit, right? And Schaub doesn't need my defense. He's probably gonna get mad at me for even doing this.
Okay.
But it's like, I love the guy, and it's just like, it's like hard to watch your friend get like murdered by people when you know he's a human being. And like Schaub's like me, there's certain people that have talked about personal things in life that I think are like really, by the way, this is a comedy podcast, but that are like really off top. Like, I just don't think you should be going after people's families. Yeah. Like for me, it's just like, even the mob and the FBI were like, leave family alone. Tee off on anybody you want. You're like fucking going after people. Like, is it tough guy? Is it like being edgy? It's fucking pussy shit. When you fucking won't use your real name and you hide where you live and all that shit and you're getting personal. It's pussy shit. And I know I'm going to become a piñata, but I have to watch this shit. So this guy uniqueness, right?
I think you're all very brave.
Well, I'm going to say this final thing. So this guy is the quartering. He's great, dude. I watch him every day. He's an American success story, right? But here he is ripping into Schaub about doing this fucking lawsuit, right? Okay, he's going like, dude, you're fucking running this. It's like it's fucking wrong because he's showing like your content. So he's ripping him for doing that. Now go back. He just put out a video in which he makes fun of these Twitch artists, these 40 Twitchers. I don't know what they're called on Twitch, who got in trouble for live streaming live shows. So and then he goes, hey man, you can't show people's content. That's their hard
live
work.
streaming live shows. Who's live shows?
Okay, so Twitch, a bunch of people on Twitch, 40 people got arrested because they would
arrested
because they would just show, let's say, like some famous cooking show.
You're live streaming and they live stream your live stream.
They live stream. They would just run it and talk occasionally, but they were just basically showing the TV show and then reaping all the money being given away, right?
Damn, I got arrested though?
They got arrested. And I'm not saying they should get arrested.
Arrested's wild.
I go with you on this. But he goes off on it, going, you can't show these people's fucking content like that.
Yeah,
but it's like, why are you mad when they're showing TV shows, but you're okay when people do with Schaub shit? And the reason this is personal to me is because this uniqueness guy used to show Bryan Callen and my fucking Conspiracy Social Club. He would live stream it for people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's up behind the paywall. I have 2 kids. Bryan Callen has 3 kids. And he's showing our paywall stuff for free.
See, that's completely different. What's at issue here is fair use. And fair,
right, Brian. Right, Johnny. Yeah. But what I'm saying,
what I'm saying, that's completely different. Yeah, and if he was doing shit like that, just streaming somebody's content, then that makes him an instant hypocrite.
Big chunks of this stuff and commenting here and there over it to make money off it, and he says he got 6 figures of that.
I don't understand how they do that, dude. I have to put in so much effort to edit out shit to get to the point.
Is because he runs it, people tip, they do that, and then he
pulls it. Okay.
Right?
Whether it's behind a paywall is the big difference.
It really is. Like, dude, this show's gonna get chopped up and I'm gonna get my dick kicked in on this subreddit. I know it's coming, but I'll do it because, like, I love Schaub. Schaub's a good guy. Is he perfect? No. Who is? I don't know what. Like, dude, I don't know one normal comic. Let me take this back. I was talking about this today. I know 4 people that are normal people that are funny. Like, they're normal people who are like, okay, what's wrong with you? Oh, there's nothing. And that is Maz Jobrani, Steve Simone, Fortune Finster, and Dwayne Perkins are the only 4 where I'm like, what's your fucking thing, dude? And it's like, after 20 years, I can't find it. And I'm like, okay, you guys are some outliers. Everybody else is, dude, crazy and fucked up. That's why they're funny. So it's like this notion that because Schaub got a fucking he got a fucking special 2 years in, he's like this fucking piece of shit. Like, who would turn that down? Yeah. And like, you shouldn't get mad at him. You should get mad at fucking Showtime. I thought it was a fine special. It's a 2-year comic special. It's like, that's what it is. It's just that. And I I gotta be honest with you, man. Like, some of the way that these fucking, that comics who are so fucking pushed back on censorship are okay when a bunch of guys who get a ton of puss get fucking taken out. It also upsets the fuck out of me. It's like, why? Because they smash. It's okay that they fucking get taken out. And I just don't it's like, I'm just telling you, dude, it's a lot more than just him being like, you're taking my content. It's like, dude, it's like digital gang stalking. Okay? And you could say you don't like his comedy. And I dude, you know how many people think I'm not funny? Most of the planet. Most of the planet thinks I suck, dude. Okay? I get it. I'm lucky that I'm not that big of a comic, so I won't have everybody coming after me. But it's like, dude, listen, this guy doesn't do it. Like, do you know what the fair use was for? Fair use was for when the news or somebody would put something out that you could call them out in their bullshit. Now, because media and the internet has fucking moved forward, it's changed. And I get it. And I'm not telling you can't use these clips. That's not what it is. Go for it. Light yourself up. But man, when it gets super toxic, you can't act like you're surprised when people push back. They're human beings. And just because they made it in life doesn't mean that they don't have feelings, dude. And I know this is going to get chopped
You're
up.
saying he's pulling like a Peter Thiel with Hulk Hogan.
That's really what they're fucking doing. That's what they say he's doing. But in reality, man, it's gotten super dark.